We're live.
All right.
What's going on, people? There she is. Hey,
you made it. We're already live.
we're live.
We're live. All right. So let's see. I get my chat, get my comments up here. See who's in here.
What's going on, everybody?
All right. We got Print Addictions in here. Steve Harris. Got Sam. Steve.
Brosif's in here. What's going on, Brosif?
Yeah.
We got Jason in here. We got Bloodbath. Sam Stevens.
Hey, Brian. What's up, buddy?
We got Hollywood.
Hey, Pete, again.
What's going on, Pete? Thanks for stopping in again, bud. Toby's in here again. Right. Let me see. Got Levi. What's going on, Levi? How's it going, buddy? Love to Wander hopped in. Thanks for hopping in. Let me see. Lots of rain. Oh, yeah, lots of rain here in Louisiana. I heard Beat the Creek was a mess last weekend.
Dude, I'm so glad we weren't there. Oh my gosh.
The video, man, it looked like it was a swamp.
Dude, we got Grandma in here. Heck yes. Grandma 619.
Everybody loves Grandma.
All right, so this week we're just gonna have some team drivers on tonight, just to hang out, so you can get to know some of the team drivers, and then just to hang out, just talk shop, what they got in the bench, how they got in the hobby, and then if you guys have any questions, feel free. We'll probably talk about the Arizona Summer Shootout that Connor and I were at last weekend. Driving the sporties and the MOAs a little bit, and then we'll probably go past 8 o'clock. If we do, that's okay, but I'm sure our wives will love it, but that's all right. So without any further ado, we'll have Taylor from Crawlers and Coffee come in here, and he'll be the first one to start off, and so here we go.
Yo,
Come on, Taylor.
Hey, Taylor.
What's up, man?
There she is.
What a lineup you got going on, dude.
You know me, lights. I love lights.
Hey, we still got to talk about tonight's giveaway, though.
Oh,
right,
a giveaway tonight too?
Yeah, we're doing every night. Sometimes big, sometimes small. But tonight we got a pretty good one. So tonight's going to be a Blue Interceptor chassis.
All right.
And as you guys know, fits the SCX-10-2, SCX-10-3, fits the VS-410, and also fits Capra. So that's going to be tonight's giveaway at the end of the night. So stick with us, guys. It's going to be a fun time.
Awesome. All right. What's going on, Taylor?
So, same old, just tinkering with toys and having some fun, getting ready for the competition this weekend.
I gotta join you, bro.
Twisted Tea, you guys know me.
Is there a Golden State round this weekend?
Yeah, we'll get to that at the end. We got the secret agent Wick in the background.
Ooh, so he's waiting.
We'll get to that. That's the white Mr. T.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll do booty call tonight because everybody's probably going to sort of show off what they're doing and stuff. So maybe we'll just have booty call just in and out throughout the night, kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
So, so what do you got? Okay, Taylor. So let's just give us a quick introduction. What you got going on? I see you got a couple of rigs there on the bench. You can talk about those if you want, and then anything the latest and the greatest with you. So. I'm not in a hurry. I gave some of the guys a timeline, but we'll just kind of wing it.
Well, you can't tell me to wing it. Everybody that knows me, it's going to be 3 hours, my section.
You got about 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, I can easily do
When you start seeing us go like this, you'll know.
You can have your own show in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah. That sounds good to me. Well, if you guys do not know, Taylor, I'm one of the guys that runs Crawlers and Coffee along with my father-in-law, brother-in-laws, a couple of friends, and a bunch of people through the RC industry. But we started it, had fun with it. We grow. The event is getting bigger and bigger here in Southern California. We travel around. But I got into RCs because my brother-in-law had a bomber, and that really pushed me towards it, and I knew that it's a money pit. I'm going to go down this road that obviously we're all in. So I finally bit the bullet, got an SCX 10.3, the JL, and from then on, I couldn't tell you how many RC cars, but here are some of my favorite ones. This is obviously my Rum Runner, the Twisted T. Everyone's seen this thing all over. This is my Class 2 full setup Rum Runner, Rock Pirate, locker lights, the Trident body, all the goodies from Rock Pirates and Reefs RC, and my trick as well, the lights. I won 3rd place in last season's comp with this bad boy. This thing freaking was killer. Then the Baja fridge. You guys everybody's seen this thing everywhere. It is a Hot Wheels hard body, ugly Cybertruck that I hate, everyone hates, but I did it as a meme off of Lukey. He built a real one of these. Flared fenders, full I-beam kit. I think he has a V8 in it. He's crazy stuff. So I built this off of his working lights. This thing rips. It launches. You guys have probably seen it at Crawlers and Coffee. This thing bahaing through the desert.
I think
this is one of my
last Crawlers and Coffee.
Yeah, I launched it. That video's out there. It broke a lot of stuff on this. You guys saw the lights went out. It completely yanked the battery and then fried the whole system. It was a mess building it back together. But this thing has a full metal cage back inside there. You can barely see it, but a full metal cage. And from Scale Metal Supplies, Andre over with Scale Metal Supplies did a quick turnaround with this. I sent it to him before last Proline by the Fire. I'm like, hey, I need this done by. Oh, my lights went out. By Proline by the Fire. Can you please get it to me? And in a week, he had the full thing fabbed up for me, sent it over to me. I did some measurements, got all the stuff made, and now we have an absolute ripper of a ugly body. We did it as a meme because everyone hates this. So we call it the Baja Fridge. Very obviously why. So this thing was a blast. Pardon?
You should have put Maytag on the side.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that would have been awesome. A little bumper sticker that says Maytag. I might have to do that now. Get a good sticker on there. But which leads me, I mean, I have walls of RC cars, but the ones I wanted to focus on were these kind of my favorite ones right now. Next is this bad boy. This is for what we were talking about earlier, the class 1-esque comp that we are going to be having. This is my original 10.2 on Interceptor rails, stainless steel. The very first comp build I ever built was on this chassis, and I saved it, and I'm bringing it out of retirement, and I'm building it off of my actual Jeep that I have. I have a 2014 Jeep JK, and it has KC lights, exact same fenders. Everything is exactly like my Jeep, except for these wheels. I have Hot Boy wheels on my Jeep. I'm getting rid of them. Everyone comments and talks crap on my Jeep for that. But this is going to be an exact replica down to the sticker placement and everything of my Jeep for this weekend's comp.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
Oh yeah, I'm not a scale guy. This is the closest thing to scale I've ever really done. And doing this was a blast. I mean, my father-in-law, David, he's a hardcore scale guy. I took some, he kind of helped me along with this, gave me some advice how to go about structuring some of the scale aspect. I'm a comp guy. I like building something that just does gnarly stuff. I'm not too worried about it being scale. I mean, the closest thing to scale I've ever done was I put jerry cans in the back of that, and I was like, "Ooh, watch out!" So this thing is a blast, and I really understand the scale world now, and I tell everyone they should do it because that's fun.
That's awesome. Way cool, dude.
Too cool.
But yeah, there we go. Kept it kind of under 10 minutes right there.
No, you're good. We burned up a couple minutes of your time just trying to fire this thing up. So hey, when's the next Crawlers and Coffee event? And where is it going to be at?
So the next, well, we have to specify this because of where it's going to be at is Corona del Mar in June, the first weekend of June, which is June 7th. It's not going to be an event because it's Corona del Mar. You guys are locals, we can't have an events there, but the team's going to go hang out there, and if people show up, people show up. We're kind of leaving it as that. But we have a couple of them scheduled. We have a whole sheet going to be posted here. I'm confirming the next 2 days dates, but we'll be having that, and we're going to have our big major event that you guys are there all the time in December. That's going to be our next big one with all of our sponsors. We're going to have vendors, food truck, coffee truck, races, competitions, giveaways, all that kind of stuff that Crawlers and Coffee is very well known for. We're going to be having that in December. I believe we're trying to work on the location to get into a location we've used in the past, but most likely we'll be out at Cougar Buttes.
Cool. Nice. Okay.
But
Can't go wrong with
yeah,
Cougar Buttes.
no, the rock crawling there is phenomenal. If you have real Jeeps or real tubed, Connor, you need to bring out your bug. And the rocks there are phenomenal for RC cars and real cars. I mean, you can I bring my 110 out, quads, razors, everything out there. That's what's cool about that spot is it's open.
That's
you
awesome.
do kind of what you want.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, Taylor, how long have you guys been doing Crawlers and Coffee now? Do you know?
Our very first event was December 2020, I believe. So we're coming up on 5 years the end of this year.
Wow. Yeah, you guys been doing this like so. I mean, obviously Rock Pirates and RC Crawler Addicts were all really good friends, but I mean, seriously, I mean, even gotta hand it to you guys. You guys have been doing this like out of your own pockets, your own time, for years now. And I know for sure you guys have had a huge impact on the RC rock crawling community and just overall helping it grow and keeping people excited about it and involved. And so hats off to you guys. I'm impressed.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Yeah, it's been, there's ups and downs. We're 100% free event to entry, free entry. You guys come, anyone can come. We've had people come from Canada, Texas. People travel all over to our events now. We're getting big. Our biggest event had just over 600 people. We weren't expecting that, so that's where some of the fines came into play. And we pull permits. I mean, we do the legal way, and we try to be very open about it. So that's what's bitten us in the past. So that's why we moved out to Cougar Buttes, very free, open. We had to pull a couple permits, nothing serious. But yeah, we appreciate it. You guys were actually our very first sponsor back in 2020, the very beginning of 2020. We talked with you guys and got a full I just off to you. We got a full sponsorship from you guys, and you guys helped us out. So realistically, that's why we've always said that Rock Pirates has backed us since day one. Even actually before day one, you guys helped us kind of get the idea going. And you guys had 85 people, right? Actually, our very first one had 35 people. Yeah, our very first one here in Moreno Valley. Wow. And
speaking of Dave Wick, I mean, he's the guy behind the Golden State Comps. He'll be on here in a little bit. But yes. But I don't know if people know this, but Golden State Comps was also a creation that came out of a Crawlers and Coffee event by the Crawlers and Coffee and the Bonebox guys out of Rock Pirates.
Yes. Yeah. The Bonebox guys, Rock Pirates guys, and Crawler Addicts guys, we all got together. Some of them kind of really focused in on it. All of us gave opinions and ideas from the Rock Pirates guys, everybody. And the Bonebox guys and Dave Wick kind of jumped on it and took it, and we tested it out at a Crawlers and Coffee, and people loved it.
Right. Yeah.
So that kind of got them to push and the motivation to make it what it is. And it's by far my favorite event, something I'm crazy looking forward to. I've been prepping nonstop. My whole table's all messed up, and I'm always excited about it.
Yeah. Awesome. It is a ton of fun.
Awesome. Cool. Well, we're approaching 7:15. Taylor, just thanks for hopping in here. We'll have you and the whole Crawler Addicts team come in and have your own show for sure. Looking forward to it. Oh, yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for hopping in. So the next guy we're gonna have in here is gonna be what's up, Lee?
Lee.
Thanks for stopping in, Taylor. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, guys. Peace.
All right, bro.
Thanks,
brother.
What's going on, Lee?
Chilling, guys. How are you?
Good, buddy. Hey,
Same old.
Speaking of Bone Box and Golden State Comps, you were one of the main guys also getting Golden State Comps off the ground with that event.
Yeah, once we went up to Utah and we seen Luke and Logan doing that thing, we had such a good time. And then we talked about it, and Dave just was like, "Yep, we're getting that done," and he jumped on it and made it happen.
Yeah,
and he's been doing with all the sponsors and talking, dude. He's been killing it.
Yeah,
and his lady too. She's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure, Adam. Yeah. She's got a heart of gold to go out there and hang out with all of us nerds. That's for sure.
Yeah, behind every good man's a great woman, right?
100%.
Yeah. So, but right on, just tell us a quick introduction about yourself, maybe how you got into the hobby, and then maybe what you got on the bench for this weekend, or what you new project. I know you're a man of a lot of projects, so you probably got something cool sitting off to the side you can show us also.
I don't know if I do. Well, yeah. So I'm Lee Lewis from Menifee. I got into RC cars a long time ago. My buddy, I think it was probably Brandon Heiner. His dad opened up the Lake Elsinore motocross track in, like, I don't know, 99 or 2000 or something. And we had messed with him before, but I remember Brandon got this nitro. I think it was like the Traxxas Rustler or something in like early 2000. And he's breaking it in, doing some circles like right by the main gate. And out of nowhere, that thing just goes wide open and finds the only little hole. It was like wide enough for your handlebars to like walk a bike through. Takes off through that thing, shoots across the parking lot, runs into a jerry can, starts doing donuts, and we're running. Right when we get to it, the guy goes to step on it, straightens the wheels out, takes off, runs right onto the track, onto the finish line table, and like the only guy on the track is like lands on it, just explodes. It was the best time I've ever had in my life. Like wheels went everywhere. It was so cool. But I don't know. Yeah, after that we just kind of messed with them for a long time here and there, and then I think what would it have been, like kind of COVID-ish? I went to go fish the jetty at Corona Del Mar, and I seen some like blazer thing. It just looked so realistic. And I'm like, what is that, dude? Like, I've never seen the whole crawler side of RC cars. And that was like later 2000, I don't know, around COVID-ish. And then all of a sudden, just all these ads on my Instagram were all like rock crawler stuff. And then I got into that. And then, of course, the pirate things popped up, and I loved pirates. So we're always buying pirate shit. And then Crawlers and Coffee. We missed the one in Moval. And then I think the second one was like in Brackett or something.
Yeah, it was Brackett.
And yeah, I met a bunch of you guys there. And then that was pretty much just from there. It was just been nothing but fun.
Yeah, that's when I met you guys, because I think my wife was pregnant at the time. I'm not sure if we had the baby yet or not, but I wasn't getting out very much. No, I wasn't getting out very much back then either. But yeah, that was the first time I met you, Mike, and Brian was out at that Crawlers and Coffee.
Oh yeah, that was the one.
Yeah. So, but what do you got right there, dude?
Oh, this is that little electrical box thing that I wanted to see if I could make. So I made it out of cardboard, so it's real janky, but it works. Now make it out of like polystyrene or something weird. And
yeah,
just some more.
You got like a scale. You got like a scale dumpster and all that fun stuff too.
Newspaper stand. Maybe put some glass and all that thing in there.
That's good. Yeah, so
the 24 hearse.
That thing's cool. You need to finish that thing. That thing's rad, dude.
That is rad.
Get that long girl going.
I'd like to see that on the rocks. That'd be funny.
Right?
Yeah. So just to let everybody know, the background that's behind the captain, Lee actually made that. So
yeah, me
got some foam and cut it all up and weathered it all up. That the frame that goes around the top that looks like wood, it's not. That's actually all foam as well. So Lee's definitely got some skills.
everything on that thing is pretty much styrofoam except for like the shackles and the little skull and the little shock towers.
Yeah. Shock towers were made by you also, weren't they? Didn't you print
3D printed those bad boys.
I'll never forget, dude. The first time you printed those and Bone Brock's Brian comes up to Pearl Lamp by the fire with it hanging from it.
Like flavor.
Dude. That was the best.
It's a bling on, yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Lee made my Portal Killer logo too. Dude just like literally took it straight out of my brain.
Oh yeah, that was a fun one.
I was like, dude, what if we do like a skull with like blood coming out of his mouth and his broken portal gears in it, and there's a scythe over his head, but instead of having a wood handle, it's a spinal cord. And he's like, hell yeah. And then like 3 days later, sends it over to me. I was like, I literally couldn't have like imagined it any better than that. That was like literally straight out of my brain onto paper. Freaking rad.
That was a fun one.
Well, I think probably still one of my all-time favorite like t-shirt graphics ever made was the one you did for us for the Interceptor.
Mm-hmm.
I love that graphic. I have the banner right here with it on here, but I don't want to tear it off because I like two-sided taped it and stuck it on my wall in my skill garage. But that graphic of the pirate coming through over the rock pirates, lettering in the rocks and everything with the sword and the flag and the pirate ships in the back and everything
like that, but all the little tiny like minor details in it too, with like the comp gates in there and like all the other like look when if you guys have it, like take some time to look at the details in that. There's like little tiny shock towers all over the place. It's a rad logo.
There's like a little heart on the rock from Horseman's. If you go like back around that right side, there's someone tagged a heart on there. So I was like, I'll put that on there. That might be cool. There's a lot of weird little I put a few little things in there.
Yeah, it's like it's raining, there's a storm, going on at the same time. It is sweet. That came out so good.
Thank you. Not too bad, huh?
So Lee, do you have are you gonna be playing in the Class 1 comp this weekend?
I'm gonna try. Sailor has her last soccer game and a bunch of that, so I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna drive there and back.
Yeah.
But I got my leafer is pretty much done. I just got to re-put it all back together.
Oh, let's see it.
We got to angle up this front axle a little bit, but yeah, she's friggin'.
That's cool.
I think it'll be fun.
You're trying to get that together for this weekend?
I don't know if I'll run this thing this weekend.
Gotcha.
But we'll see. It's pretty much just got a bolt in. I just got to put the drive shaft, servo, and sliders and stuff. It's nothing too crazy. All the annoying parts of drilling holes and figuring out where stuff's gonna sit, that's all done.
Okay, gotcha.
For now.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. There's one dude I was waiting for. He builds some badass links or leafs and stuff, shackles and whatnot. So I was seeing if he could throw me together a kit. So once that happens, this thing's gonna be crazy. Because he gets it.
Cool.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's bad.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Once that happens, yeah, this thing will be freaking sweet.
Did you anodize that battery tray, or what is that printed, or what is that?
Oh yeah, that's printed addiction right there.
Oh heck yeah! What I was just asking because I know you like to powder coat your parts too, so I was like, oh, maybe you powder coated it.
Oh yeah, not this one. Most I think all of them are powder coated, but this one's 3D printed.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
That's
Should work out pretty good. I think
you got anything else on the bench?
No, just the runners. The old prototype Class 2 one.
Heck yeah.
And then this bad boy. This one I need to be driving more. I gotta be practicing with this crazy. I got them cutting.
The Class 3. Your specs are wrapped around it.
Oh yeah. Got those nerds here. Joined the nerd club the other day. Got me some freshies.
Oh, dude. Say less, dude.
Yeah.
These are my blue light glasses. Is that rear steer of that truck?
Yeah. Yeah, I got the 1100 smarts in there,
Heck yeah.
Reefs all day, baby.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, you need to get that thing out somewhere,
good.
I just need to drive it more.
And every time I take my class 3 out, the guys make fun of me, but it's all right.
Yeah. I pretty much drive the old Love Machine, that C channel thing. It's so fun to drive. It does good.
Yeah.
And I always feel like I'm gonna destroy that thing if I drive it on not running gates. It's like I don't like I'm like, I'll let it fall. And that thing, I'm like, I don't want to let that thing fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bent it.
Right on, Lee. Well, we're coming up on 10 minutes and try and stick to this hard schedule. These guys, I think these guys look ready, so I'll pop them in here real quick so you can say hi, and then
Cool, man.
and I'll let you get going. So we got Chicken Bone RC in here. What's going on,
My
fellas?
boy.
Chicken Bone.
Hey, Lee.
Right
Hey,
on.
right here. This is Lee right here.
Oh yeah.
There you
we're
go.
gonna update that one too. I'm so behind, dude. I owe so many people drawings and stuff right now. I'm like,
We need a Derek needs a teenage chicken bone. He's maturing.
yeah, grumpy one.
A grumpy one.
A little grumpy. All right, boys.
All right, Lee.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Sounds good.
Hey, Lee.
Stay in the green room, and then after the show, we can all hang out.
That sounds good.
All right, bro. Talk to you in a bit.
See ya.
So what's going on, Chicken Bone?
Nothing, just chilling.
So first off, is just introduce your guys yourselves, and then tell us, Derek, tell us how you got the name Chicken Bone.
All right, you go first.
Oh, I'm Alan, Dirty Rock Crawler. It's my first time on a live, so I might say something silly or dumb, but
It's all right.
I've been RC carring since back in the old days with Steve at the ranch pit stop, running some RC 10s, and always been into RC cars and gliders and RC stuff. And COVID, we were kind of bored, and Connor's like, "Hey, check out these cool rock crawlers." And I'm like, "I don't know." And I was like checking them out. And then Connor's like, "You guys need to get into this stuff." And we're like, "Oh, okay." And then Steve and Connor are like, "We're going to start a thing called Rock Pirates." I'm like, that sounds kind of weird, but okay, whatever. So then we got hooked by the bug, and me and Derek have been really into the rock crawling scene for probably the last 5 years, maybe.
Yeah, it's been pretty
progressing, and the whole reason I wanted Derek to get into the rock crawling is I wanted him to get some mechanic ability on practicing on little cars, and then maybe eventually moving to big cars. And I thought it was a good place for a young guy to learn, the basics, lefty loosey, righty tighty, all that good stuff, that and break parts, and learn why stuff breaks, and fix it, and break it again, and fix it again. And, those are important lessons. I think if you're not into RC cars, you don't really get to learn,
Yeah.
Right.
You just don't. Okay, Derek, your turn. How'd you get into it?
From Connor to the last 5 years, I've been rock crawling with everything: deadbolts, rum runners, interceptors, Krakens.
So, trail walker.
Oh yeah, trail walkers too. Yeah.
Channel, yeah.
And the reason why I got the Chicken Bone name,
You gotta start with where we were at.
Yep.
What happened?
Okay, where we were at, I think, was the Rock Yard.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Mitch had his buddy over cooking some chicken legs. And I think I ate probably 24 chicken legs that day. And the whole day. That's probably how I got the
They weren't little chicken legs either. They were like, it was a
there were some big ones.
Yeah.
He had a whole pile of bones
at the end.
They're like chicken thighs.
Yeah.
I never seen Derek eat so much chicken in my life. I was like, dude, what the hell, man?
I've never seen anybody eat that much chicken.
I'm hungry.
Al, do you feed this boy?
Yeah. Oh, it's even worse now, Connor. You should see like the bottomless pit.
So you got the name Chicken Bone, and then so what do you guys? What does Chicken Bone RC do as far as in the hobby?
I weave these lanyards, hand weave, made in America.
100% by Derek. Each one he hand weaves. Show them what it starts out as. Each one of these lanyards starts out about 100 feet of paracord, give or take some.
Mm-hmm.
And then Derek measures it out and burns them together. And then he,
Wow, look at that.
It starts out just raw.
Mm-hmm.
And,
So do you guys, does he have a jig that he puts like the buckle in and then he just starts tying so he knows the lengths, or does he's just got it down by now?
Each one, like in the workshop, he's got it lined out on the workbench how long each piece needs to be.
Okay.
And then he starts weaving. But
it's awesome.
This was Derek was inspired by Steve. That's how this started. Derek seen Steve start Rock Pirates, and he's like, "Dad, what can I do? I want to, when you're a kid and all you want to do is buy RC car parts, and your dad's on a budget, I'm like, you got to make some money, right? These cars aren't cheap. I'm like, Derek, you got to work for it, right?" And he's like, "How's Steve do it?" I'm like, "You need to talk to Steve. He's figured out a way." And then, long story short, we ordered some lanyards from a guy in Texas. And I don't want to say negatively, but he kind of just gave us basic the runaround, but eventually came through with some lanyards. And Derek was off one summer. He's like, "I really, really want to make some money. I want to buy this next car," which was probably the VRD. And I'm like, "Dude, I'm on a budget. You gotta just do it yourself, man." So he begged his mom to show him how to do a weave. And Derek made his first one. And the next kind of event was at Reefs. And Derek went to Reefs with like 3 of these lanyards. And deep down inside, I thought, oh, this will be kind of fun. Derek might sell 2 or 3, right? And that will be it. And it'll be kind of like a little lesson learned, right? And to my surprise, it all started with Bonebox Mike was his first customer. And I got to give him props. And he came up and he sat there and he talked a lot with Derek and gave him a lot of motivation. And, as a dad, to see people back your son, it's one of the most rewarding things in the world. I can't, it just touches me. And I'm just thankful for the RC car community that supported Derek's habit. And because of Derek's hard work and the support of the RC community, Derek's saving up enough money to buy his first car, which I'm really proud of. And I think Derek is too, deep down inside, so.
That's rad.
Sorry to get all mushy, but that's just kind of our story.
Yeah.
And it's a cool truck.
And now Derek's starting to support and sponsor people. He's able to support and sponsor people's events like Golden State,
Crawlers and Coffee.
Mm-hmm. You have some team drivers you want to shout out?
Phil, Sean, you guys, Lee, you.
What about anybody in Utah?
Oh yeah, Bennett and Brian and West Desert Wheeler.
Oh heck yeah!
That's awesome.
And on Derek's website, we're selling. We're selling the T-shirts, and we're selling the hats. And starting June 1st, big shout out to Steve. Rock Pirates is going to start carrying chicken bone lanyards, and we're going to do a 10 lanyard drop. And go over to Rock Pirates and get your chicken bone gear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So your guys' camera's in black and white. Is it black and white for everybody?
No. You're just colorblind.
Yeah.
Everything else is in color. So okay. So you guys see the color. So you guys can see the color of the lanyards. That's good. Okay, good.
And what else? Oh, show them. Derek just made a new Class 1 truck.
Heck yeah, let's see it.
For the upcoming comp we want to show up. This is what we got on the workbench.
Dave said he got kicked off the chicken bone team.
Oh, Dave, you know you're on our team.
Here you go.
I'm sure we forgot a few. We're not very good at this.
Hey,
Don't get your feelings hurt.
Told him to cluck off.
Told him to bone out.
You're a chicken nugget, Dave. You ain't a chicken leg. Oh shoot! Let's see the class. You're gonna run that this weekend.
Take a look at that guy.
The old Silver Surfer brother.
Body, check that out. That thing's gonna be bumping rocks everywhere. But that looks great.
Yeah, we're not taking this Class 1 as serious as we want to.
We're just out there having fun.
Yeah, get out there and have some fun.
We're out there having fun. I think if we want to get serious, we'll bring out
something like this.
We'll bring out something that's real serious. You know, a rum runner.
Ooh.
You know,
that thing's pretty.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
you know, we're gonna bring the rum runner out.
Heck yeah, that thing's rad.
With the reefs.
Yeah, Class 2. That thing's rad.
A big shout out to Connor for designing that rum runner. We love it, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you guys like it. We ran them in the Arizona shootout over the weekend. We just modified, chopped them up, and man, they're hard to think that the rum runner could even get better, but it did. It was pretty rad.
Awesome.
I can't wait to see more video of those things set up as a sporty. It looks sick.
Yeah,
that's definitely next on our list. I think maybe we might want to graduate to maybe a sporty class.
And then you have to get an MOA.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we might be going down the road next. We might be graduating. We definitely are. We have that addiction bug, you know. We're just like, oh, what's this new thing, or what's that new thing?
We need that.
Oh no, we need to get this. You know, what's the latest, the greatest? You know, it's definitely fun. You know, when you get a hobby that your son likes as much as you do, you know, and it shares, and you know, hanging out with a lot of good people in the RC community. I'm really thankful.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of good people in this hobby for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But right on, guys. We're approaching the time limit. Let me bring in our next set of guests with us, and then you guys can say hi, and then just stay in here though, so that way at the end of the show we can all just hop in and have a bunch of laughs. So without further ado, we're gonna bring in Sloth Crawler and Xavier. They are also on part of the Crawler Addicts, so I'll let them come in and introduce themselves, and we'll be talking with them for the next couple minutes. So, what's going on, fellas?
Howdy. Hey, what's going
on?
Hey.
Oh, dude.
Alan, Derek, how are you guys?
Oh man, we're lucky.
Great.
We're doing good.
That chrome paint job looks really sporty. Super.
Derek did that all by himself. I think that was his best paint job yet. He's getting better. So far, he's getting better.
Nice.
That's
Chrome's not easy to paint. The first time I painted a chrome was out at the finals of the Utah North versus South event, and the wind was blowing. I was painting it behind the door when I had my trailer, and it's not easy to get that stuff to look like chrome, because if you paint it too heavy, it starts to run and it looks all weird. So yeah, you did a good job, Derek.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely no dark lines. Very good.
Yeah.
Christian's trailer's now chrome, but anyway.
Hey, that's Chicken Bone's trailer now. I'll be blaming it on Derek. Be like, no, you painted your door chrome, dude. It wasn't.
Is that why the door's got a little shine to it?
Yeah.
I'm wondering what was going on there.
It's so the crows don't fly into it, you know.
It's almost like a custom lane plate.
So, all righty, Chicken Bone and Big Al, thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us, and we'll talk to you guys in a bit.
You got it.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Guys. Later.
All right, so here we got Dave and Xavier. What's going on, fellers?
How's it going?
So
You
just
guys up to?
do a quick introduction with yourselves, maybe how you got into the hobby, what you got into the bench. I know, David, you always got something crazy on the bench. Xavier too. He's got quite a few cows out in the field that he models his trucks after. So
That's the thick fillet.
yeah.
Oh,
Dang,
look at that, Dave.
Wow.
That's the new carbon interceptor.
Yep.
That's
sick.
nice.
That's my new class 1.
Show my body.
Yeah, and the body.
Dang, you got seats in there.
That's too pretty. You're gonna roll that thing, and we're gonna be like, flip it back,
We're all
like drive it back over. And he's gonna be like, nah, I'll take a rollover.
Are you really going to compete with that body on it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you're crazy, man. There
Have
she
you-
is.
Fillet.
There's the heifer.
Let's thick fillet.
You asked if he's gonna actually use that body in the comp, and you remember what that madman did to his gladiator at Axial Fest one year?
And deleted the fender deletes.
That was after a few drinks, though.
Yeah. Yeah. They said don't drink and drive. Don't RC and drink either.
Wasn't that the night we're up there at Donner? I think we went to the back trail, which was the Reach Trail. We worked our way to the back. I think we crawled to like 2:30, 3 in the morning that night.
Yep. Yeah, and the cook was like, the cook from Donner was like super drunk that night, and he was trying to hang out with us and stuff, and he got into our supply. Dude.
Oh, he was passing the whiskey bottle around for everybody to drink out of with him.
You know, and that event going up there to Donner was kind of where we all really started our adventure together. You know, we had, you know, we met you guys out at a high desert poker run, and I got to talking to Connor and stuff, and I had just bought my 10.3 and had some issues with the truck, and had gotten to talking to him, and then just kind of went from there. And you know, it's been a blessing to have you guys in our lives, and with that, we've been able to meet some really neat people and
go to some pretty cool places.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, this hobby wouldn't be near as fun as it is, you know, if it wasn't for you guys. I mean, you guys are a huge part. I mean, Crawlers and Coffee has just gotten. We were talking to Taylor earlier. You guys were in the background watching, but as you know, I mean, it's just grown so big, and what you guys are providing for everybody to come out and just enjoy their RC crawlers and just have a great day of camaraderie with friends is just it's been great for the whole Southern California area.
Yeah, no, it's we never expected it to turn out to what it has, and you know, we do it for the RC enthusiasts that want to get out and give them an outlet to go and do something and have fun and try to make it affordable, you know, which is free. So how much more affordable can it be?
Right.
But no, it's gotten to a point where, you know, we obviously this year we went from doing it every month to every other month, just to kind of let us focus on the months we are having the events, to kind of put a little more effort into what we're doing at those events. Because it is, anybody that tries to put an event on knows the work and what has to be done. And you know, Taylor, you know, I don't even think we'd be able to move forward if it wasn't for Taylor and all he does to help with the social media side and helping with the sponsors and stuff. He's a big part of making that all happen as well. And we all know he loves to talk.
Yeah, one of these days I think we'll have to give him his own show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll just
put it.
So we say that again, Xavier?
So it's starting at like 6 in the morning.
Yeah, right.
That's what I love about the Crawler Addicts and Crawlers and Coffee. Everybody's got their own personality and their own way of contributing to making it all successful. You guys together do a great job.
Yeah, and I mean, we've got Jason with Printed Addictions. That's a big part to help us out. Dave Wick, Travis, Mountainside Crawler.
Don't
These
forget
guys
your
are
wives.
Oh yeah,
well,
the missus.
definitely the wives. But I mean, they're all a big part of making it
Yeah.
happen, and we couldn't do it without their help and their support as well. And you guys are kind of in the background, but you guys are a big part of helping us along when we need it and making things happen for Crawlers and Coffee as well. And all our sponsors that help us out when it comes time for the big one in December and the donations and so on to
Right.
give back to the community.
Yeah, it's amazing because the sponsors you guys have picked up are not only sponsors in the RC industry, but I mean, you guys got even like Heat Wave now,
Yeah.
sponsoring your events. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Heatwave's been one of our main sponsors for quite a while now.
Over a year now, I want to say.
So yeah, that's big to have those guys on board. We were able to get KC Lights to come on board here.
Falcon Tires.
Falcon Tires came
Falcon
on board.
Canyon Coolers.
Yeah.
Canyon Coolers, yep.
Yeah.
So it's been neat to see the different sides, 1-to-1 coming into the RC side, because it's just scale versions of the 1-to-1s,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been cool to see how Crawlers and Coffee has grown just from like having the events where we would all just get together, and then I think you guys started doing the what was it, like the swap meets, and then the swap meets turned out to be really popular, and then that last hoorah event at the end of the year where you guys have that huge event. It's super awesome to see. I know for sure when you guys we'll have you guys and Taylor on and the whole Crawler Addicts and Crawlers and Coffee team to just give you guys a full show. Maybe we'll do it close. I don't know, maybe closer to the big event or something like that. So that way you guys can talk about it and but yeah, it's just super cool. Always a fun event. For a while, I was kind of a little bit proud of myself because I've been like every Crawlers and Coffee event from when you guys started for like a while, and then I think it was when my son was born is when I broke that streak. But yeah, super
darn that kid.
But we understand. Family always comes first.
He's gonna be running in here in a second. My wife pulled up. I can see it. So he'll be joining the chat here in a second.
You know what? Go ahead, guys.
So, this weekend, everybody's got their stuff ready or just about ready. Golden State comps. Going to be a good time. Mr. Wick bringing in Class 1 along with Class 2 and Class 3. I think there's even supposed to be 24 scale. So it seems like he's got most of the scale stuff covered. Man, that guy he's doing a good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we can convince him to do like a sporty MOA compact towards the evening time, just kind of like unannounced. Well, maybe he'll announce it, and then we'll get more people to show up. But I know Connor and I are both jonesing to go and drive our rigs again for sure.
Yeah, I'm so far behind. I need to build a rum runner.
I know.
You guys are going to be coming out with the new chassis by the time I get that done.
Almost done with that.
Oh, that's looking good, brother. Man. Oh shoot, yeah.
Hold on a minute. There you go.
Red rum.
Red.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yes.
Yeah, that color right there. I mean, it pops in the camera with the lighting, but you get that thing out into the sun too, and it really pops.
It's a beautiful color, and it's going to add to the fleet. So another heifer's coming.
Thicker fillet.
Yeah,
thicker fillet. So, alrighty, fellas, it's been about 10 minutes. We'll have the next guest come in, and then so you guys can say hi, and then we'll stay in the chat, like I said, and then once you guys are done, then at the end we'll all hang out. So
Should we do a review of tonight's giveaway in case people got here late?
Yeah, let's do a quick review of the night's giveaway so people don't forget.
Oh, nice.
Blue Interceptor.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right.
I better get that app fired up too. So our next guest, he's a little bit sideways right now. I can see him in the green room. But it's Luke from Scumbag RC, so we'll bring him in real quick.
Oh.
So what's going on, Luke?
Go sideways.
It's Luke.
Or is you got an earthquake going on over there? We get those in Southern California a lot. He's talking, but I can't hear him. You have your mic muted? Uh-oh.
There we go.
There he is.
We're figuring things out.
All right. So what's going on, Luke?
Just sitting here enjoying the show. Just watching all the pretty class one. I don't know how you guys would drive.
No, we don't know either.
That class one that Dave just showed us, that thing's there's no way I'd put that in a comp.
No, it'd be sitting on a shelf in my garage and staying there.
Yeah, me too.
I got enough shelf
gonna
cleaning
wait.
sitting up on the shelf. I need something that I can drive and put some character marks on.
I'm gonna be behind and waiting for the yard sale so I can build my own scale rig with all of the parts falling off it.
I already told Wick, I said, hey, Friday night I'm gonna go ahead and just send it so I can get the pain and agony over with before Saturday.
Yeah, if you get a couple of beers in you, I'm sure it'll happen.
Oh man.
I don't like to scratch a fresh Lexan rig. I can only imagine a hard body that you dumped all that time into.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, I had to put something on that chassis to complement the chassis.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it is pretty, very pretty.
So, alrighty, Dave and Xavier, thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us. We'll just stay in the chat so we can all hang out afterwards unless you guys got something else to do. But thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us for a couple minutes, and we'll for sure have you guys on with Taylor here pretty soon.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
All right, brothers. Talk to you in a bit. Whoop, wrong one.
Wrong one.
Here I am.
Hey, we're back.
Wrong button. So what's going on, Luke? How's it going, buddy?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Just
Good, man. I think I see some boa cages or maybe python cages behind you.
Yeah, she's hiding down there somewhere.
Very cool, brother.
Nice.
That's quite a different background than the last time I saw you on a live. That's for sure.
Yeah, we tried to hang a Rock Pirates logo from somewhere, you know.
We appreciate it. Thanks.
So, just real quick, Luke, just introduce yourself, how you got into the hobby, and we got a lot of stories, dude. So,
my name is Luke Gibson. I'm from Utah. I got into the hobby when I was probably around 8 years old with gas nitro cars. Started with T-Max. Used to race and then kind of gave it up for a couple of years because racing gets expensive, especially if you ran gas. You break stuff all the time, and keeping them running and happy is not exactly the easiest thing in the world. We got a dog right here trying to make, sure everybody sees her. And then started getting into crawler stuff from somebody at work. They had a SEX 10-2 deadbolt. Lucy, go. And he ended up just wanting to get rid of it and ended up paying like $120 for it, and did the stupid thing that everybody I think's done at least once and clicked all the buttons on Amazon and up to a comp thinking I had the best truck out there and realized all the Amazon buttons didn't help that much. So
That's funny.
that's
Oh,
pretty
man. Hey, I like the shirt you're wearing. That is that?
Yeah.
That's a new one. That's not a classic. That's a new one.
Yeah, so Alex, my wife, got an iPad for her birthday this year, I think it was, and started drawing around stuff. So she drew up the logo for this year. We got the Rock Pirates on the back somewhere, if you can see it. There you go.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
All the sponsors. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you want to tell us a little bit about that? About
This is year number 4. So 4 years ago, I went down to a comp in Sand Hollow and wanted to learn how to do it. And I was the little YouTube baby that saw the West Desert Wheeler was putting on a comp and needed to go meet him. And went to Logan's like first or second comp and ran, I think, 130 points that day for the first comp with the Amazon truck. It was great. And then met Logan. We started hanging out quite a bit more, and he came up with the idea of we should do a comp series together, and then North versus South started. So we wanted to run something that wasn't exactly Sorka based because we wanted to make it friendly for everyone. I feel like a lot of
you want to make it fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
I was gonna say you can say it, dude.
a lot of the Sorka comps make it so not everybody can come out. I mean, we wanted a comp that you come out with a stock truck and have fun, or you could come out with the cheater rig of all cheater rigs and have fun. So
46 pages of rules to build a truck is not fun.
yeah, I'm not really a big fan of putting Barbie dolls in my stuff. I don't know why. I just don't like the look of it.
That's funny. Oh shoot. So yeah, but yeah, that's the rule set for the North versus South. I know I know the Golden State kind of followed in suit for that. I know Dave can talk about that a little bit later when we have him on, but that's one of the funnest competitions I've been out to. I mean, not only just because just all the people, like the people in the youth that live in Utah are super great, friendly people, but just like the terrain that you guys have out there. All the people and the companies that you get to meet and everything like that. It's such a great event. And I mean, you guys are welcoming Californians like us out there to participate in your competitions as well.
And see, I didn't know there was anything good that came from California until I met the rock crawler community.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, you know what, Luke? I tell you the truth. When we first came out there, Rock Pirates, we just were getting to know you guys, and we sponsored the final up at where was that at, guys?
Three Peaks.
Three Peaks, yeah. And there we camped with all you guys. We all hung out, and that's where we really got to know everybody. Was from that event. But what was really eye-opening for me, anyway, that was a humbling experience for me because we're driving here with all the Southern California boys, and not that we got big egos, but we just think I'm a pretty good driver, right? And then we get to Utah, meet you guys, and then start comping with you guys, and we're like, holy smokes, these guys are kicking our butts. So that was really cool. I mean, we had to a little bit of humility there and just say, man, these guys in Utah are out driving us California boys. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think to go back with what you're saying though is I feel like you guys were more as steep as vertical as you guys could possibly go, and we kind of had trucks well rounded. Because when I came out to do your $20 line, your $5, whatever, all the crazy $50 line, I did not have the weight to go with that. It did not work. So I think I learned both from each other, and it's been fun to watch everybody grow. And it's been fun I always joked with you guys back in the good old days when I was running another chassis company that we'll leave alone, that once you guys made chip and fiber, I'd come over. And then I remember Connor calling me. He's like, we have the carbon. And I'm like, damn it, here we go. So it's been fun to see you guys go from my first 10.2 that I ever built had Rock Pirate shock towers on it to now we're sponsored by you guys along with Reefs and D's company and SL3D and a bunch of these other great companies that all work together and be able to, I don't know, it's weird work driving for a company that feels more like a family than it does just a sponsorship. So
yeah, it's definitely a family. It's been, maybe if there was no such thing as Rock Pirates, I'd still be crawling with you guys. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a choice now because Connor now lives in Utah, so we'd be stuck with him either way.
And speaking of Dustin, go ahead.
I don't know if Connor would have moved to Utah if it wasn't for us going up and meeting all those guys. Actually,
I came out here.
I think it was a W thing, and then the Jeep and the buggy life. So
Yeah, I came out here before I knew any of them, and then while I was out here, the first time is when I got together with Logan.
Cool.
But like I said, I appreciate all you guys and all you do for the hobby. It was really fun to see all the AZ stuff this week. I kept going online every couple hours just to see the scores. And
Yeah.
congratulations to you two with 2 fresh builds that aren't supposed to be sporties that got top 30 in one of the hardest comps in the country. So you get top 40 out of 80 people at that comp. You did good, and to get top 30 and Connor getting an 11th place and pro is pretty rad to see. So congratulations to both of you on that.
Heck yeah, thanks,
bro.
man.
Yeah, I drove your truck, so.
It's a pretty good truck. It gets down. It's not the best thing, but it ain't the worst thing. So
yeah, it needs a little bit of a driver mod, but yeah, it's a good truck. We had a lot of fun out there. I think we might cover that a little bit later. But yeah, dude, that was such a fun trip. That was my first shootout up there, and like I said, I'll definitely be back next year because I had a blast. And those rum runners for being untuned and freshly built, and the first time I put power to it and put it on the dirt was at that comp, my first course. It was rad. It did really good for not being tuned, just bench tuned really. That's what do you got right there?
Speaking of just fresh tune and builds, this one was a weird one for me. I haven't built a C3 not on capper axles and not with any of the Reef stuff. Like I've always ran Reef servos, I've been sponsored by them, but recently with Wyatt going over, having the transmission from them and the shocks from them, and doing F10s instead of capper axles, and then track A concepts. It's been a whole different truck, and first time out ever running it, we snagged a 4th out of 13, I think it was. So not bad. It was the best we get was a -60, and we did a -42. So can't complain.
Nice, man.
These rum runners are probably I think they're about the perfect point of as cheater as you can get without going crazy and adding like the carrier bearings and the crazy angle that you back up and you get hung up. It's just the right amount of cheater and not so much you have to worry about braking. You can beat the living hell out of them. They just keep going. So
yeah, we put those to a test this past weekend at the shootout because those things. I mean, the sporty. I mean, you know, the tires are about as tall as the truck. So you flip those things upside down and you're yanking your throttle like forward, reverse, and trying to flip yourself back over. And Connor and I, neither of our trucks broke. Everything held up. They're solid rigs, man, for sure.
The class 2 is on season 2 or 3. I can't remember, and haven't broke anything on it. I mean, I'm short of like the deluxe cut to length drive shafts losing like a set pin or something like that, and maybe a portal gear in the F10. But anything built by Rock Pirates haven't broke, bent, anything. And for carbon, that's pretty crazy. I've had carbon chassis from other companies that have fallen a lot shorter than this truck has fallen, and they've broke. So they get something to say with how you guys cut it and what material you use and everything. So they've been a lot of fun trucks.
Yeah, did you just run a weekend class too?
So we do weekly comps. There's usually about 20 to 30 people that show up, and class 3 got 4 out of 12, and class 2 I got 3rd out of 27, and then Clint got 1st 27, both with rum runners. I hit one gate. That was the only difference between me and Clint. Both perfect, besides like a couple of reverses. I hit the one gate. Clint was the only one all night that didn't hit that gate. So,
wow. And he squeaked through there with the rum runner on that run. Yeah, because he's a team driver. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the first gate came up, and your back tire just went right towards the right gate. And if you didn't hit throttle at just the perfect time, which, like I said, I only saw him not hit that gate, it just went through. I just luck of the draw for him. I mean, Clint's skilled driver. Clint had a better score overall regardless, but it was just cool to see. He was the first one up to bat, first one to go, never watched anybody run the course, and then he was the only one that didn't hit any gates, and I only hit the one, and Cameron only hit one. So,
wow.
That's way cool.
Yeah, well, as I was telling you earlier, I think we're gonna have to we'll have you, Zach, and Clint on probably after one of your local cash comps or something to talk about it. Because I like to have Dustin in here too from Bee's Company. Probably all at the same time. That would be a really rad show.
Dustin, Dustin's the one that helps. So it's Dustin, Tristan, and Cameron. Tristan and Dustin do the Salt Lake ones, and then they do like an even northern event that's in Ogden. That's where the last one was at, and Cameron does that one with everybody. So
the funny thing is, I've always known Dustin can crawl really good. Like it's very common for him to podium. But over the weekend, me and him worked together a ton at the shootout, spotting each other and stuff. And dude, that boy can drive, bro. Like you watch that dude and you're like, I'm inspired. Let's go.
The best part about Dustin, man, that guy is crazy. He'll go to like, he has 20, 30 different church parking lots or anywhere that has like rocks on a map that it's like, well, this spot's good to go run like 10 gates. This one you can set up a bunch of different courses. The fool goes and runs gates 3 to 4 times a week, every week. So
you can tell. You can tell for sure, yeah.
Well, you were there, Luke, when I offered him a spot with Rock Pirates and he kicked me to the curb. I mean, what's the deal with that?
To be fair, at least he's driving for somebody local, and it's somebody that's a pretty big spot in the Utah crawler community. He's helped a lot of people design a lot of things like the hotline crawler transmission that Connor got, and designs a lot of cool stuff and helps support a lot of things. So for him not being on Rock Pirates, it's probably the best home he could be on. So, and that's Kyle Thatcher with SBR 9000. So,
cool.
Kyle's a good dude.
Yeah, it wouldn't be any fun if we were all running the same chassis anyway, would it?
No, and I don't know. I love Dustin to death, but there's also a little bit of pizzazz and a little bit of poking the bear. I feel like you have to be on Team Rock Pirates too. So,
well, I told him the next time he's in Southern California, he's gonna have to find another place to sleep now.
Hey, I was threatened with that, and I made sure by the next time I came to California to spend the night at your house, we had a Rock Pirates truck. So,
well, you didn't have a truck after the one of the events, so it wasn't very hard, was it?
I told you, make carbon. That's all it took. As soon as you had carbon, we were there. So it's been a lot of fun to see all of that and be at the house where you guys actually cut all the carbon and do all the things like that. And like I said, I feel like it was only 4 or 5 years ago we were on C channels with shock towers, and now we're on full blown carbon forward skids, angled skids, crazy light. I mean, my first truck was like 8 pounds, and I was pumped on it. And I can't build a truck over 6 if I try anymore. So,
yeah, the captain's new Class 1 Interceptor that he built, he without a battery weighed it the other day 4 pounds 10 ounces.
Yeah,
like,
it's insane. Wow. And that's with steel bumpers on it.
I think me and Zach are one of the few that don't run the sliders, but outside of that, we have every Rock Pirates part that you can put on them, and they all work great. So,
yeah.
As you know, sliders that they're sort of
a blessing and a curse.
They're sort of a good bad thing. Sometimes they help you, sometimes they hurt you.
I'm telling you, a couple weeks ago, and not the last comp that we did on Thursday night, but the comp before that, the body got in a rock because there was no slider. And it like almost ripped the body off and pulled the truck over and hit a gate because there wasn't a slider. So, like you said, it's give or take on that. So,
give or take, yeah, for sure.
So, all right, Luke. Well, we're coming up on 10 minutes, a little bit past 10 minutes. That's all right. I knew we were going to be going over tonight, so we'll bring the next guest in, and he said there's a full chicken bone staying here, and if you don't have anything else to do, and we'll chat after the show. So. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. And without further ado, we'll bring in Mr. T. I can see him in the side stage. So Mr. Dave Wick, the head of Golden State Comps, and we'll welcome him in. So what's going on, Dave?
Is that Agent Wick? Oh my goodness!
Fool.
We saved the best for last.
How did I get into this mess?
The Mets you got in sure is a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun in the Golden State comp we came to, and you guys are going to have a lot of fun out at Horseman's this weekend. You guys are spoiled.
No way. I think it's the same for you, man. Those Red Rocks, every time I think of going crawling, that's the first place I think of. It's just too far away.
What other crawler competition in the entire state can go, oh, yeah, we rented the place where they do Pro Land by the Fire. No big deal. Come out and camp and have fun.
I'm getting better and better at just jumping and seeing what happens. It makes things a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody hasn't been to a Golden State comp, you need to make your way out and tell Mr. Wick and his wife that puts in a shit ton of work with him. Thank you. It goes unnoticed with a lot of people on how much work and how much effort behind the scenes these things take to put on, and Dave goes above and beyond for those. So we appreciate you.
We learned it all from you, Luke. You and Logan, and I tell you what, it was such a great time when we came out there and did that. It only took literally like 2 days of comps, and we were hooked. And it wasn't just the comps; it was probably a little bit of having some good time. And we just wanted to duplicate that out here because we can't see you guys all the time.
And
plus,
that was,
by having comps, it gives me friends.
And that was with Wick ripping his entire awning off his trailer too.
I questioned my whole life's existence on the way home. It's a long drive home.
Well, to be fair, before I hop out of here, the daughter over here decided she needed to go to a K-pop concert, and we talked Wick into throwing a comp maybe while we're there. So maybe we'll be running gates sooner than you think.
We will.
Hopefully.
Hey, wait, you got any extra tickets?
No, you can go with her. My wife will let you go. She doesn't go either.
I'll scream with all those little girls. Why not? All right, I better shut up.
All right, thanks for stopping in, buddy. We'll talk to you in a bit.
All right.
Be good, Luke.
Thanks, Luke.
What's up, boys?
Rickster, what's happening?
Yo, man.
I thought I'd give a few shout outs while we're here.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a Bolts fan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was always a motorsports fan. And then I went to like 3, 4, 5 games with a buddy that had some season tickets. And next thing you know, I've got a hat, I've got a shirt, I've got a jersey. So I guess I'm a real fan. Yeah. And, now it's been like 3, 4, 5 years I've been rooting for him. So, yeah, I think I'm a real fan.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a hard team to love.
Yeah. It's when I grew up, I was a Dallas fan. It's not much better.
Yeah.
At least they won a Super Bowl.
Maybe it'll happen. I have good hopes for the new staff and the new quarterback. So we'll see. Well, not new now, but
their cheerleaders are famous.
Who?
The Dallas cheerleaders. They're famous.
They are. I've been in their locker room, buddy.
Uh-oh. I don't know if I want to hear this story or not.
We'll save that for Rock Pirates After Dark.
Every time I tell a story, it just pulls me back into the agent world, and they all think I'm weird.
I have a question.
I'm ready.
What's going on with that sleepy hippo behind you, dude?
Right? Well, I had choices. This was a little bit of I didn't have a night before to prepare. I was prepared today after I get home from work. And I've got a pretty good background in my RC room, but my wife's got a pretty fun one in her office.
I like the cat clock off to the side right there.
We've got the white one, and up in the other corner, we have a black one.
Yeah, we had the black. My grandparents had the black one when I was a kid growing up. I'll never forget that thing. I bought one here, and Kate let me put it up for a while, and then somehow it just disappeared one day, and she didn't tell me.
Okay. Yeah, when I first met my wife, her family was a big fan of collecting clocks, and then she did as well. So based on that, I'd go places, and I'd pick up a clock here, pick up a clock there, and then she also got me into reptiles, which is what you do now. Yeah. And I don't do that anymore either.
Oh, I'll get you back into it. Just wait.
Every now and then we have tortoises.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
he's got 2 pregnant boas in that room, so I'm pretty sure if he's got a baby, he'll give you one.
No babies yet. I'm looking at him.
It sounds like a pretty good environment over there at the Rock Pirates factory.
Oh yeah, there's been some romance over here for the boas the past few months. Boa romance.
All right, Lady Gaga. You bad romance. I hear it.
I never been called that before.
I haven't either. First time I ever thought about it. So what can I tell you guys? I mean, the first and foremost, man, this show tonight has been really fun for me. I don't know about you guys, but seeing all the different faces and hearing all the different stories and just giggling along. It's like I can't wait to get back out on the rocks.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna have to do this a little more often and bring different, sort of rotate the team drivers in and stuff, and other friends we have too. This has been really cool. I'm enjoying the heck out of this.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
Something different.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what else can I tell you?
So I just said, just do us. How did you get into the hobbies? I knew when you first started. I think was it your son-in-law or something? I forget.
It was actually a little before that. I was with this big pig.
Oh yeah, I remember that rig.
I got this. I was out at King of the Hammers. I was probably talking to Connor for all I know, and probably some of the other cats that have been there or been gone. And I had a few beers with my buddy, and my buddy is like this guy that lives a pretty nice lifestyle, but he is the cheapest mofo. I mean, every time he's asking for beers and a couple bucks and for lunch, and he never has his wallet. And I finally got the chance to talk this guy into something. I'm like, this is going to be like $400, dude, but come on, man, you don't need to ask for permission. And he said, all right, I'm doing it. And then I realized, oh crap, I got to tell my wife now. And she was okay with it. So we got into it. I thought I had a crawler. Turned out that a bomber's not really a crawler, but it's a lot of fun. And I hit up my local guys, found out that there was these dudes in town called Bone Box. I didn't know anything about it. I kept bugging them. Can I come? Can I come? Can I come? Because I saw this thing about a little meetup. And so I went over there, and the first thing I start talking about is like, what do you guys think of my cool truck? And like, what kind of chassis can I get for this thing? And this is a bomber, And they're just kind of giggling. And I said, yeah, I've looked up a couple brands. There's like this brand, that brand. And I mentioned Rock Pirates, but I also mentioned a few others, not knowing who I was going to be meeting up with later that day. And then all the Rock Pirates guys came out. And I thought, oh, crap. I'm glad I didn't talk any crap on anybody. I didn't know anything at the time. And then we got crawling. My rig wouldn't do anything. And I saw Steve's Agent Orange truck. It was hanging by one wheel. It was almost inverted. Yeah. I'd never seen anything like it before, man. It was like, oh my God, it was just unbelievable. And so I'm walking around talking about it, and Steve comes over and we're talking, and he shows me what's underneath, and it looked pretty simple. Like I could probably do this. And a couple guys come over. I probably never told you guys this. A couple guys come over and they give you the old, hey, you know who that is? I'm just this idiot. I don't know anything, man. They're like, he doesn't show everybody his stuff like that. Like that. You're privileged, bro. Like that is the owner of Rock Pirates, and he's showing you his whole rig.
No.
I was like, no way. Right. So then I get a little further down the road, and I'm seeing just some amazing stuff. And another guy hits me up with the same stuff, different guy, different area of where we were that day. Same thing. Dude, that guy that showed you his stuff, that's Steve with Rock Pirates. That's Captain Steve. And I'm thinking at the time, I didn't know the whole pirate thing, the captain, the scallywags, the whole fun stuff. And then come to find out that, next thing I know, I'm texting Captain and through Instagram. Who else? I don't even know, but I wouldn't let up until I had a build list. And once I had a build list for Agent Orange, I built my first rig. I had me an Enduro 2. And dude, that thing would do everything that I watched him do. It was like, holy crap, like I'm not a good driver and I can make it do some of that stuff. And then I did. I got my nephew into it. We built another rig right after that together. And same thing with him, man. He was crawling up stuff with just like this build list of some really cool parts and these really cool people that we were hanging out with. And then Pro Line by the Fire came along, and those night crawls, there's nothing like it. Man, everyone's out having fun with their headlights on, and just the goofiness is coming on. Everyone's got the smart ass comments. It's just like the best ever, you know what I mean? And then to have family there having fun with you was just that much cooler. So yeah, that was a good time. And then
the first time I met you was at Pro Line by the Fire. You came up to the booth, and then your nephew was there, and I remember that night we were all out there crawling at night because that's the only time that we get to crawl is at nighttime because we're in the booth all day. But I was really impressed in how well you guys were crawling with your brand new trucks and how new you were into the hobby. I was, wow, these guys, they got some skills, man. I was impressed. It was cool.
It was a good time to hang out, so it was definitely worth it. And as long as I had my backpack full of beverages, everyone seemed to like me.
Hey, backpack full of beverages and drunk Wick doing cartwheels in the middle of the raffle area.
You know, I got to tell you guys, I've been working out. I think cartwheels are coming back.
Chocolates are flying out as he's doing a cartwheel. It's great.
You know, you never know what's coming out of this cat. You never know. Just like I said, the more I just throw stuff out there, some stuff sticks.
Dude, that's too good.
So how did you get tricked into running Golden State comps?
You might have been one of those victims. No, really. I mean, we were at Crawlers and Coffee. We decided to kind of throw off just kind of a let's see what we can do to get people interested in this comp thing and see if anyone wants to do it. And so Lee and I got together and Brian, and we all kind of just said, let's try it. And it unfortunately took a lot of time. So like in the middle of a Crawlers and Coffee, we realized this is probably not the right venue to mix it with. And so after the event, we were just all sitting around, just kind of trying to figure this out. And you were there. I don't know if it was Sharif or somebody with Reefs, just a handful of people, Crawlers and Coffee guys, Taylor. And I said, you know, I don't know how to do this. I'm excited that we can all come out and do this, but I think it takes more than that. It takes, you know, some sponsors and this other stuff. And without even, it wasn't even a second, man. You could have dropped the mic and everyone's like, we're right here to help you. And it was really cool, man. I'd never been in that situation. I'd never really wanted to start an organization. It was something that's kind of near to my heart. Back when I was a little bit younger kid with my family, we used to be real involved with off-road racing and putting on the checkpoints and the road crossings and being in charge of all that stuff for the entire organization. So in a small way, I'm just helping run little trucks. Mm-hmm. And you know, if it wasn't for everybody that kind of jumped in and said, you know, we can do this and we're right, we got your back, I would have never done anything, man. I just wanted to drive. And I honestly didn't want to put on the comps, but it's something that I know and I understand, and I love being around people. It just energizes me and motivates me. And I think I have a pretty good idea of what people want to do and how they want to have fun. And if I can bring a little bit of what I learned in the off-road community to the RC community, and that's kind of how I've kind of visioned this the whole time. You know, it was it always had a bigger picture, and it just depends on how far you want to take it. And you got to always balance that with how much fun you're having.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I want to hold on. Rad Raf said that he wants to comp one of these days, but it still intimidates me. Dude, just come on out, have a good time. Like I said, like Connor and I just got back from the Arizona Summer Shootout with Sporties and MOAs. I've got like hardly any, probably close to zero stick time with any of those trucks, and some of the best in the world go out to that event. And I was like, you are super intimidated because I mean, I don't have any experience in those types of trucks whatsoever, and went out there and just went in there with a good outlook on the event. Just want to go out there, have fun, not try and get a podium or anything crazy. Just wanted to go out there, have fun, hang out with everybody, just really network, get to like ask a bunch of questions, get to learn what it is about that style of driving. So, just dude, come on out, have some fun. And I guarantee you, you come out to one of these Golden State events, you're going to meet a bunch of people, ask a bunch of questions. No one's going to be hiding their trucks. Like, oh no, you can't see my setup. Like it's a good time.
No, for sure. If I can just add to that, like I get so many messages through Instagram on people saying, yeah, I just built my rig, I'm thinking about coming out. And I let them know, like, this is a family-oriented event. Like my wife cooks meals that's sponsored by Bash Maps. And we feed the drivers. We feed anybody else beyond that we can. We've got drinks for everybody. This is where people come to learn. I hold a lot of pride in that, but it's also places where we get international champions, national champions, and anybody else we can watch and learn from. And everything I've seen in this community, and it's what keeps me around, is that everybody's willing to share their info and give their 2 cents and help anywhere along the lines and root them on when they make that line. So, gosh, I love that guy asked that question. I didn't remember who it was, but come out, have some fun, because I don't care what you have. We'll let you run, even if you don't meet the rules. We'll give you a comp sheet. We'll score you. We'll time you. And when you come out next time, hopefully you meet the rules. If not, we'll do the same thing again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think the last comp, Dave, didn't at the Rock Yard. How many Class 2 entries did we have?
So the Rock Yard, we had an amazing amount, first ever.
It was huge.
So I don't remember the exact count on Class 2. I want to say it was close to 65 or something like that. But we made copies. We made 100 copies of comp sheets, and then we had to have Mitch make another 30.
Yeah.
So we gave out like 130 or we sold 130 comp sheets, and I think it was around 110 that actually turned them in. I guess some people got discouraged, but yeah, no, it's grown so much. It's something that we don't necessarily promote, but we love it when we get new people that want to come out and try it. So, the more the merrier. We love it when we get different people of different types that come out and have the same great time together. And yeah, it's what I realized a long time ago, maybe a few years ago, is growing up in off-road racing. I always thought, okay, my goal is to race a trophy truck. My goal is to race a Class 1 buggy. Like those things are rad, and I hope that might happen one day. But the thing that I truly enjoy the most is being in the pits, in the daytime, in the nighttime, with all the people, figuring out problems, laughing together, having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And I get every bit of that out of every single comp I go to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like I said,
That's why this one's really exciting for me. This is the first time we decided to do an overnight event. Thanks to Rock Pirates, they chipped in to help secure the event for a couple nights for everybody, so that they don't have to worry about camping outside. And it just, with different events going away, unfortunately, because of different budgets and different constraints that people have, I love to think that maybe this is the first event that can keep those around every year, and we can just keep doing it if there's nothing else at the very minimum. And if there's other things, we're just going to keep going to those and having a great thing with those too. We'll just keep doing our comp scene.
Yeah. It'll be interesting these next couple of years to see where things go with RC crawling. We have the big names that have been supporting it for a long, long time and doing large events, and it's been amazing. I hope that continues. But as you know, a couple of events recently have been postponed, or at least for this year. And so it'll be interesting to see where things go. But at the same time, there's so many good people that are involved in this, especially in Southern California, that we know of, in Utah, and I'm sure other states too that we're just not aware of. But where people are, stepping up and putting their own events on and learning as they go, and keeping the hobby growing and keeping it exciting.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've realized that I kind of have to pace things, obviously, with spare time, vacation schedules, and other things. But I hear from a lot of people. I've talked to 3 different guys in Washington State that are in completely different areas that I'm trying to teach them how we do our thing.
Is Austin Williams one of them?
I don't even remember. I'd have to look.
He said, y'all ever think about holding an event in Washington State?
That might be who it is. And then obviously we've got the guys in Utah. We had Skittles come down from Vegas, and she's getting me in contact with the guys up in in Nevada that comp. And then the Arizona gang. I mean, there's potential in the next year or two to get everybody together in some cool event at the end of each series with each of the series drivers. And it's just a matter of when everybody decides to do that. Maybe it's in the next year. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be pretty exciting.
I think so too. I think it's super exciting to see everyone around your own circle kind of, kick butt and learn and get better and better. And then when you go out of state and you kind of see where you fare up, you realize, gosh, there's a lot of good guys across the United States. And then to get them all together, I think it's just kind of cool. And then just extend that community out and even let those guys branch out and be friends with the guys that are the best of the best.
Yeah. I think the relaxed rules have really opened up the door for a lot more people to come and enjoy it.
Yeah.
For sure. The Utah guys gave that made that easy. I just pretty much, we copied their rule set. We didn't want to invent anything new because honestly, I mean, if you don't know me, I don't know a lot about this stuff. I don't know a lot about the details of RC. I'm just a motivated guy that loves hanging out with people, and I understand a few things. And I've got the support behind me. So we just keep plugging away. So we decided, we kept getting a lot of interest in people wanting to do a class 1, but not necessarily a scale class, but a competition class. A little bit smaller tires, a little bit bigger challenge with some, different rules. Not a big rule fan, but obviously class 1 brings a lot more rules. And so we just threw it out there. I decided to just kind of jump off the cliff and see what happens. We got some pushback in some areas, a lot, mostly, in fact, in so many ways, support. And it's been so exciting to see how many people are actually building these rigs now. We're going to get through this one event. Now that it's the end of this series. And when we come back to the next series, we're going to be super strong and knowing, hey, look at that beauty.
That thing's bad, dude.
It is.
That's my Golden State Comps class 1.
I told you should put that up on the shelf and not scratch that body. It looks pretty.
Thanks, buddy. No, I'm gonna have a great time with this truck. This new Interceptor Carbon's I don't know, it's recaptured my imagination, so I'm ready to go.
Hey, it's Herbie.
Oh, yeah.
I've never done a bug. I've always kind of wanted to, and I figured I better have something ready for pre-running.
That's awesome, dude.
So no, it's been fun. We'll figure it out just like we always do. If anyone's followed my series, I made a lot of mistakes, but I'm not afraid to make them. I'll learn from every one of them. And so far, people seem to be having a great time, man. So I think it's a success.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll learn from this round and go from there.
What's the name of that body, Dad?
Okay, so this is the actually, hold on, I'll show you guys real fast. I'll do better than tell you.
Carmen Gia.
From Tamiya.
The Tamiya Carmen Gia.
He just wanted to show you the box because he doesn't know how to say it.
Carmen Gia, Tamiya.
I've always liked Carmen Gias, even from when I was a kid. One of the few VWs that I do like. Well, no, I can't say that because I had a Baja bug for a long time, so I do like the Beetles too.
He said the crawling Gia.
Crawling Gia. Oh, I like that.
I think it's gonna be a pretty fun class. It's gonna be cool to see a lot of rigs show up and just be full body scuffing the crap out of those things.
Yeah.
Just small wheels having to struggle to get over some of those breakovers. I've never driven with 4.19 wheels, so we'll see what happens. If you can get through the course clean on a course that I set up in pre-run, then you should be all right, and I shouldn't hear too many complaints.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
And by the way, we will have night gates for the first time on Saturday night.
Okay.
We don't have a specific event planned other than we're going to set up a course and there'll be lit gates. It'll be something new that GSC will be bringing out between GSC and Printed Addictions. We'll be offering comp gate sets. It's kind of a comp kit. But for the beginning of that, we'll just have some GSC ones that we'll use, and they actually light up as well.
Oh, bitchin'. Nice.
That'd be rad, for sure.
Yeah,
summertime's coming.
Right on.
Yeah, we might be pulling some all-nighters here pretty soon, the night comps in the middle of summer.
It's coming. By the way, it's supposed to be in the 90s at Horseman's this weekend.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Bring the beverages.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bring the beverages, the Speedos, whatever you need.
I don't know about all that, dude.
Bring a Rock Pirate sun hat. I'll bring some extras in case people need them.
There you go. That made more sense.
Yeah, we'll sell a few of those if people want them.
Connor, you've been down there working pretty diligently. What are you working on? Everyone wants to know. I've been watching the comments on that.
Chris Boggs from Fifth Dimension. I've been running his chassis a long time on my MOA. So over the weekend, my old one was just super beat. So over the weekend, I told him he was going to pick one up from him soon to refresh mine. And
Nice.
He was super nice and gave me one for free. So that was super cool. So shout out to Fifth Dimension for hooking me up with the new Dominator.
Okay.
Wow.
I think it's the best MOA chassis in the game. Anyone
Very
can fight
cool.
me over it. So
Very cool. You know what? We've with GSC being around just for a little while now, we're starting to get a lot better help and understanding of the rules and the judging. So we're able to kind of think about adding more classes now. So I am watching what you guys are doing out there with the MOAs and with the sporties. I guess I'd ask you, as far as courses go, we'd like to try to build courses that can be shared. It seems like it's not always the case because class 1 is going to need a different course than class 2 and 3. How does that work for the sporties and the MOAs? Do they run the same course, or is it a class 3 course? Or
Well,
No.
people, if you want to talk about Sporty's MOAs from his last weekend, I think they should have been swapped because the Sporty, dude, those Sporty.
how would it compare to a class 3 course? I guess that's my main question.
A class 3 would not survive or even come close.
Okay, so the course is definitely set up a step above a class 3.
Yeah, I mean, especially for like you go to like MOA and sporty specific events, MOA courses are like you're pushing your limits and stuff.
She gone.
There's
Sorry.
a real person behind Golden State Comps right there.
She's taking out the trash.
I honestly, I mean, if you were to try and wanted to share courses with certain rigs, you might
Where
be
it makes sense.
You might be able to get away with class 3 and sporty because
Yeah.
they're both chassis mounted transmission and motors, and they both share the same tires. Obviously, the only difference is the class 3s have for the rear steer. So, but I mean, MOA, that's a completely different course in its own.
They're like spiders. I love watching them.
For them being drag axle, but having the capabilities of front and rear burn, dig, it's a completely different machine.
They're just gnarly. They're just and it's my favorite comp class out of any class. It's just
grip.
They're wild.
Yeah, but on that note too, sporty and MOA, their wheelbase is limited to 12.5 to like the T. So you're not pushing 13.5-inch wheelbases. 12 3/4 for class 2. That's too long. So I mean, you're limited to 12.5 wheelbase.
You know, if we can smooth out class 1 after this next deal, maybe we'll throw a sporty in there for next series. Who knows? I got to learn some more, though. I've got to be paying attention.
Well, click on Robski Fab right now, Christian.
Oh yeah. By the way, I should talk about that. I know Dave started to mention that. We were planning on adding 24 scale to the GSC comps this weekend, but Robski Fab was going to help us with that, and he is right up against getting married.
Hey,
yeah. So I told him, you know what? Let's get together and like make this a cool thing for next season. So we'll launch 24 scale next season with Robski Fab.
That'd be great.
Yeah, but bring your 24s out and let's have some fun anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring my son. It's just me and my son rolling out this weekend. So I got his 24, his 18 scale, and his 10 scale. So we'll have a 24 scale out there, and that's on a Robski Fab chassis as well. So
all right. You got him crushing cans yet?
No.
Good.
He's not old enough for that yet. He's still a little sissy lala.
I mean, they got juice bags.
He's got a mouth on him though. My wife was at Costco yesterday, and some person honked at her behind her because she was stuck behind someone else, and he said something along the lines of, "Hey, you better calm down, you scallywag." So he's calling people scallywags.
There you go. You yellow belly lint licker. Very cool. You know, also, I guess I just got to say is thank you guys for keeping me around. I mean, it's so much fun that when I get to go out, I feel like I'm with family. This whole night has felt like family for me. So it's super cool that I just happened to be there when you guys are doing some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave. You tackled a huge, thing by taking on, running comps and creating Golden State comps with the Bone Box guys mostly, and I mean, you guys have done an amazing job.
You know, it's all for the drivers. What I realized at the last awards event was I'm just saving everyone's money. I'm just putting it in this little blue bag. And at the end of the year, we do this little event. We give away trophies, and it all goes right back to everybody. The event that we're doing up at Horseman's kind of the same thing. It's a celebration. It's a time to come out for the whole entire weekend if you feel like it. If you can get away from Mother's Day, terrible planning on my part. But if you want to get away for the weekend and come for the comp as well. So every time we come to a new series, we try to step it up at least one notch on something. And so far, so good.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's been awesome. So right on. We're coming up on 8:40. Any future last question? So any future ideas for the H10 optic for Rock Pirates? Not right now. That's kind of like in its own class in itself kind of deal. I mean, the axles, probably can be put on something else, but we don't have anything planned for the optic as of right now.
That's 8 scale, right?
No, I think it's 10 scale, right?
Oh, I'm thinking of the other one. My bad.
Has the wheelbase of an 8 scale.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so it's 8:40. We're gonna go ahead and do the giveaway. It's the show it again, Dad. Rock Pirates RC Blue Interceptor. If you guys are just hanging out in the background and you haven't commented yet, go ahead. No, wait, not right now. Hold on. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. Go ahead and comment. I got 20 people in right now. We got 51. So go ahead and throw a comment in. And then once I get closer to the 50 people, then we'll go ahead and run the drawing. So I got 23. So yeah, it's been fun. Huh?
I was showing off my Golden State comp sticker on the back of my rig right there.
Heck yeah.
Love it.
I got 31 people in here at least.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Heck yeah. Custom bed liner. I got 31 people. 31 people who commented in the chat. 32. If you guys haven't commented and you're still watching the show, just put in a period or something funny, and that'll enter you into the raffle for tonight. It's Rock Pirates RC Blue Interceptor chassis. I'll wait another minute. We'll go to like 8:43 ish. It's been a long show. We're coming up to an hour and 40 minutes, but it's been a good one for sure.
Yep.
So yeah, you got the black and gold carbon rails. Yeah, that's a good one.
Me and Dave are just sitting here showing stuff off while you're talking.
I like the black and
You
gold.
like the background music.
The black and gold's cool because it looks like carbon Kevlar.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
We got 38.
Sorry guys, we're out of that right now. I have to cut some more.
We got 38 entries in here. I know we got 54 people that are currently watching, so I'll give you guys like another minute to just throw a comment in the chat, so that way it can pop you guys into the raffle for the Interceptor.
Your Robski wheels are so sick.
Our Disneyland passes expired, but my wife got me this. I was super stoked about it. As like growing up as a 90s kid, she got me a Powerline popcorn bucket.
Oh, dude, that's
dude, totally off topic, but like this thing is super sick.
You want to be mind blown right now?
Yeah, do it. You got one too?
On June 8th, we are going to Club 33.
Oh, don't even start with me.
That's what with the gold chains, huh?
It wasn't the gold chains that did it. It was this that did it.
Oh, the chicken.
Yeah, my wife has some connections, and she hit us up last week. She says, "Hey, we want to go to Club 33 and have lunch, and then enjoy Disneyland." Next thing I know, I got an email with passes and a lunch invite.
Wow.
Rad Rap has a joke. He says, "Why is Fire Life so addictive? Because once you lose a hand, you get hooked."
Oh, that is funny.
That's a good one.
Here we go. Here's a Pirates chest.
Heck, who made that?
Nice.
Was that Lee?
No. Colorado
Colorado?
Taylor. Yeah, Taylor printed that.
Custom paint.
All right, I got 41 people. That's the end of the unless you get a last minute comment in, but I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. If you haven't commented yet, throw it in there before I click that raffle button. I'm gonna share my screen to make sure that so you know there's no shenanigans going on.
I commented.
There's this one right here. Share. All right. So 41 people in 41 entries. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the draw button right now, and the winner of this will get a blue Interceptor from Rock Pirates RC. Here we go.
Burn it.
There not be another friggin' team driver here.
Oh
Porter
man, I
killer.
almost spin it again.
Yeah, can you redo that?
Taylor said, "Wait, I'm not in yet. You won."
I saw Porter Killer too. I thought he was gonna
I
win.
know.
Connor, you get out of there.
No.
Taylor, I'm not
wants
even
to
gonna
win.
ask. I'm just gonna draw again. He says it's mine, how I send it. All right, draw number 2. Let's run it. No team drivers allowed. Not even Connor.
Burn it.
Jeez,
Oh my gosh!
Dude, this is
Burn
what
it.
the heck?
It's
Spinning it.
fixed. It's fixed.
Sorry, Xavier. You'll get a beer next time I see you, buddy. Draw it again. It's gonna be Luke.
This
Watch.
is funny.
Rig.
Oh,
Come on, Grandma. Oh, there you go.
yeah,
Finally.
there we go.
Nando's
Nice.
Custom RC Crawlers. All right.
There you
Nando.
All right, so Nando's,
Very cool.
just go ahead and send us an email at rockpiretsrc@gmail.com, and we'll get you set up, and we'll get that mailed over to you. So again, rockpiretsrc@gmail.com, and we'll get that chassis mailed over to you. So
Yeah, make sure you put your provide your name and email in the email. I guess that works. But anyway, yeah, we'll send it out.
cool. Well, without
Yeah,
further ado, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Dave for stopping in here, and all the other team drivers that are still in the green room off to the side. We really appreciate you guys. Don't go anywhere, team drivers, after I end the stream. But yeah, just thanks for everything you do, Dave, and with Golden State, and just being such a good guy, and just everything you do for Rock Pirates as well, man. It's definitely isn't overlooked for sure.
Thanks, Millie, man. You guys are so kind in so many ways, and I just love hanging out with the whole community. Thank you.
So, Captain Connor, you want to say your last goodbyes?
No, just thanks everybody for coming on tonight. All the team drivers coming in here and chatting with us, and kind of introducing themselves to everybody on the stream and stuff. Thanks everybody coming and watching, and yeah, see you guys next week.
Word.
Captain.
Yep. Thanks everybody. Thanks for participating in the private chat. Really appreciate that. It's always fun to see the comments and see, having you guys join the madness here. And it's been a fun night. I think we have to do this again. Rotate team drivers through. I've had a lot of fun doing this, so I'm hoping you guys had a good time too. And yeah, appreciate everybody. And thanks for dropping in. And we'll see you guys next week.
Sounds
All right,
good.
Scallywags.
Catch y'all later. Thanks everybody.